Alright, so today I'm going to show you how not to fix a leather seat in a Cadillac Fleetwood. As you can see, the two halves are split apart and it just looks awful. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix this, and it's not by any means professional, but if it gets you by, good, but if it doesn't, oh well. A professional would have the seat removed and the fabric taken off of the cushion and would use proper tools to get it sewn back together. But we're just going to leave the damn seat in the car and we're just going to tackle this. And doing this with a needle and thread by hand is very, very painful because this is thick leather. I think next time, if this was to happen again, I will use a needle nose pliers to push the needle through and then use the needle nose pliers to pull it back out. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of doing it in a cross, like zigzag pattern. So I run it through this hole here, have it exit this hole, pull it out, and then put it in this hole, out that hole, and pull it out, and then so on. So kind of doing like a zigzag pattern. I'll show you what I mean once I get it in there. It's very tedious too. Like, you have to get it in that little hole there, right there, and then out the one beside it without penetrating through the leather. So I'll show you how I'm doing that. Okay, so kind of like that, you just put the needle through and then out the hole, and then you just push that. Like, it's a very tight fit. I probably used the wrong needle, but I wanted to use a needle that was strong enough that it wouldn't bend so easily and snap. And then you just pull, and then you put the needle through this hole, out that hole beside it, and then pull it out towards you. Alright, so just like that other side, I've threaded it through the one hole and out the other, and it's just a matter of pushing this damn needle. But you can see, like, just trying to grip onto this. And you got to do this very slowly, because if you don't, then it's going to get tangled up in a knot, and that's just going to make your day a hell of a lot worse. And then, of course, you have to have a second hand free, pinching the material closed and then pulling tight. Not too tight, but tight enough that it's a strong, a strong seam. And this is the finished product. So what I did was I started here at the very front of the seat, because that's where it began, and I did like a catch stitch. So I put the needle through this side, pulled it through, and then put it in the hole here, pulled it out, and then just kind of like did a zigzag all the way to about right there. And then I went back and did it again, so it's a double stitch. Another thing that I did, and you don't have to do this, but I did this anyway, I wanted to make sure that it never came undone. So I put a little dabbing of Loctite gel glue, which is designed to be flexible with material, and I glued the stitching here, and then I glued a little bit of the stitching here. Now, I didn't quite get it all off the seat, so you can see right where it didn't quite come off, but I don't care about that. I ended the stitch at the very bottom here, tied a knot, and then put a little glob of Loctite and just rubbed it in, and it dries to a nice hard but flexible finish. And yeah, I'm sure with a little bit of cleaning, like maybe if I use like an alcohol based wipe, I can get that bit of glue residue off. But other than that, though, I mean, it's better than having the entire cushion ripped open. But I'm really happy with how that turned out, especially, with having no knowledge on how to fix this.